We're talking about Superman today. I have some funny stuff to go over. First, I want to touch on Superman and Lois, which is actually a really good show, surprisingly and shockingly good, since usually the CW makes nothing but trash. This show, for some reason, kind of kicks that stereotype away and gives you something good. It's surprisingly good, almost like it's not allowed to exist. But it's something that I think if you're a fan of Superman, you should probably check it out. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because naturally, whenever one of these woke things happen in a comic, the press likes to play like some kind of gotcha, and they like to go after the people that play these characters in real life and see if they can get some kind of gotcha reaction out of them. And surprisingly, some of them have been trying to somewhat distance themselves from the current gimmick that DC Comics is doing. And make no mistake, it's a gimmick and a bandwagoning move, as Dean Cain would say. Now, Dean Cain, if you didn't know, played Superman in the Superman and Lois show. It's an older show, but still, Dean Cain did play Superman. And here's the thing, like, they've tried to demonize him over and over again because he's a conservative, but he still has the right to these opinions. And he actually makes a couple of good points. One, he calls what they're doing with Jonathan Kent bandwagoning, because it is. They only do this so they can get tons of press and actually get people talking about their comics. And it's pandering. They don't ever tell real stories. As he says here, you know, none of this is stunning and brave. If it was 20 years ago, it would have been stunning and brave. He talks about how he played the father of a character in Supergirl. And that character turned out to be LBGT. It's done all the time now. There's nothing brave about this. If they wanted to be brave, they would have him say truth, justice, in the American way. But he makes a really good point right here. There is plenty evil in the world today. Real corruption and government overreach. Plenty of things to fight against. Human trafficking, real actual slavery going on. Would we be brave to tackle those issues? Shine a light on those issues. I'd like to see the character doing that. I'd read that comic. This one, I don't think I'll be reading. I could just watch CNN or MSNBC to get this information, Cain concluded. I think he makes a good point there. And Superman and Lois, Jon Kent, actor, because Jonathan Kent's in this show. He doesn't have powers, though, at least not yet. He actually has two sons in the television show. He said this, and this is like almost like this is such a good response, like political almost, the way he does it, like a politician. This is a different Earth, Ellis said, noting that he had seen the news about his comics counterpart earlier in the day. This is a different version of Jon Kent. And you have to remember there are other differences as well. Jon Kent in this universe, as far as we know, doesn't have powers yet. And there's always that possibility for sure, especially growing up, those formative years. There are things to explore, but I don't necessarily know if that is going to be one of those things. Jon Kent in this universe, at least for now, has been established as straight. And he also was in the comic book universe as well, but they need to get Clark Kent out of the way, put a new Superman in, and then do something with him to get him back in headlines. And that's exactly what they did. Every outlet's covering it. You would never see New York Times, all these other outlets talk about it unless something woke happened. That's it. It's the only way. The only reason that they would talk about it. It's ridiculous. And the reason you know that they're doing this for publicity is they just did it with Tim Drake Robin like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It hasn't been that long. Okay. Who's next? Who's next? Because this seems to be the only way that they can get anybody to talk about their comic books. And isn't that something? No one's talking about the quality of their comics. They're talking about sexual identity of characters. This is one of the reasons why month after month, manga dominates sales charts. And it's not going to change anytime soon. The Japanese also are roasting this as well, by the way. Here's a Japanese BBC News posting, and you can see here they're downvoting it big time, making fun of it. All kinds of comments of them actually like roasting this and calling it kind of weak and uncreative, basically, which it is. There's nothing about this that really is surprising, brave, or anything. And this isn't off course for DC Comics. Even in the regular Superman book, which is Superman and the Authority, where he's on Warworld. By the way, they've changed how he looks again. I'm guessing there's something going on with copyright lawsuits and stuff like that because they don't want the actual people that created Superman to get any money. Like here they are, like got this guy going, I'm there, my pronouns, he, him, they. Like, what does that have to do with the comic? Like, DC Comics, I don't know what's going on with them. They're doing this and throwing all of this in books just so they can get press. That's why they're doing it. Like, oh, maybe the press will talk about this. And it's sad. If they could just do good books, they could get that press anyway. Like, Midnighter here. This character is gay. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed to that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure you subscribe to Yellow Flash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. They're usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out.